In life, everyone has goals. Some want financial success. Others dream of a fit and healthy body, while some seek personal growth, better relationships, or mastery of a skill. Goals give direction, but they do not guarantee success. This is where many people struggle. They set goals, they dream, they plan, but they fail to take consistent action. They wonder why success remains elusive. The answer is simple. Between setting a goal and achieving it lies a bridge, and that bridge is called discipline. Without discipline, goals remain fantasies, mere wishes floating in the air, never materializing into reality. Discipline is the force that turns ambition into achievement, effort into excellence, and dreams into tangible results. To understand the role of discipline, consider this. If success were only about setting goals, wouldn't everyone be successful? Wouldn't every person who ever made a New Year's resolution be fit, wealthy, and accomplished? Yet we know that's not the case. The world is filled with people who set goals but never achieve them. And the key difference between those who do and those who don't is the level of discipline they apply, the nature of discipline. Discipline is often misunderstood. Many people think of it as a punishment, a restriction, or something that takes away freedom. But in reality, discipline is the ultimate form of freedom. It is the tool that allows you to take control of your life. It frees you from distractions, from procrastination, and from the burden of regret. Discipline is not just about willpower. It's about consistency, structure, and commitment. It's the ability to make yourself do what you need to do, even when you don't feel like doing it. Feelings are fleeting. Some days you'll feel motivated, and other days you won't. But discipline ensures that you take action regardless of how you feel. Discipline is about making decisions today that your future self will thank you for. It's about delaying gratification, choosing long-term success over short-term comfort. Most people fail because they prioritize immediate pleasure over long-term rewards. They eat junk food instead of following their diet. They watch TV instead of working on their goals. And they spend money instead of investing it. The disciplined person, on the other hand, understands that small sacrifices today lead to big rewards tomorrow. How discipline transforms goals into reality. Let's break it down. Suppose someone sets a goal to lose 30 pounds. That's a great goal, but setting it alone won't achieve anything. They need to change their diet, exercise regularly, and stay committed to the process. The first week, they might feel motivated. But what happens when the motivation fades? What happens when they crave junk food or feel too tired to work out? This is where discipline comes in. A disciplined person doesn't let emotions dictate their actions. They wake up and exercise whether they feel like it or not. They eat healthy even when tempted by unhealthy options. They push forward not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. Over time, those disciplined actions compound and eventually they reach their goal. Now imagine a person who sets a goal to start a business. They have ideas, they make plans, but if they lack discipline, they will never execute those plans. Maybe they procrastinate, waiting for the perfect time to start. Maybe they get discouraged after the first setback. Without discipline, they will quit when things get tough. But the disciplined entrepreneur shows up daily, puts in the work, learns from failures, and keeps moving forward until success is achieved. Discipline in different areas of life. Discipline is not limited to one area of life. It applies to everything. Financial discipline. Many people want financial freedom, but few have the discipline to save, invest, and manage their money wisely. They give in to impulse spending, accumulating debt instead of building wealth. The disciplined individual, however, follows a budget, invests consistently, and avoids unnecessary expenses, ensuring long-term financial stability. Health discipline. Everyone wants to be healthy and fit, but without discipline, unhealthy habits take over. Skipping workouts, eating processed food, neglecting sleep. These choices may seem small in the moment, but they add up over time. Those who practice discipline prioritize their health daily, making choices that support long-term well-being. Work and productivity. Whether in a job or personal projects, discipline is the key to excellence. The most successful professionals are not necessarily the smartest or the most talented, but the most disciplined. They show up on time, focus on their tasks, and consistently put in the effort day after day, regardless of obstacles. Personal growth Reading books, developing new skills, and improving oneself requires effort. Many people wish to grow but lack the discipline to dedicate time each day to learning. A disciplined mind prioritizes continuous improvement, leading to greater knowledge and opportunities. Relationships. Even in relationships, discipline plays a role. Maintaining strong relationships requires effort, listening, communicating, and being present. A disciplined person nurtures relationships instead of neglecting them, ensuring meaningful and lasting connections. Why people struggle with discipline. If discipline is so essential, why do people struggle with it? There are several reasons. Short-term mindset. Many people focus on immediate pleasure instead of long-term success. Lack of structure. Without a plan, discipline is difficult to maintain. Giving in to emotions. Feelings are unreliable. And those who depend on motivation alone will fail. Fear of discomfort. Growth requires pushing through discomfort, and many avoid the hard work necessary for success. Bad habits are easy to develop and hard to break, making discipline a challenge. How to develop discipline? The good news is that discipline is trainable. No one is born disciplined. It is developed through practice and repetition. Here's how: set clear goals. Know exactly what you want and why it matters. Create a routine. Structure your day to prioritize disciplined actions. Start small. Begin with small habits and gradually build upon them. Remain temptations. Make discipline easier by eliminating distractions. Stay accountable. Find someone to hold you accountable for your actions. Push through resistance. Train yourself to act even when you don't feel like it. Conclusion: discipline is the foundation of success. It separates the dreamers from the doers and the wishers from the achievers. It is the force that transforms goals into accomplishments. Without discipline, even the best plans will fail. But with discipline, even the most difficult goals can be achieved. Success, growth, and achievement are deeply personal endeavors. No matter how much you wish for it, no matter how much money you have, and no matter how many people surround you, there are certain things in life that only you can do for yourself. No one can take your steps for you, no one can breathe for you, and no one, absolutely no one, can do your push-ups for you. This phrase is a powerful metaphor for personal responsibility. It highlights a fundamental truth. If you want results, you must do the work. You cannot delegate self-improvement. You cannot outsource effort. You cannot assign discipline to someone else and expect to reap the rewards. Your growth is in your hands. The illusion of delegation. We live in a world that thrives on outsourcing. If you don't want to cook, you order food. If you don't want to clean, you hire a cleaning service. If you don't want to drive, you take a cab. While outsourcing has its place in business and efficiency, there are certain things that are non-transferable. Things that no one else can do on your behalf. Imagine someone desperate to get fit but unwilling to exercise. They hire the best personal trainer, they buy the most expensive workout equipment, and they even pay for a dietitian. But if they don't lift the weights, if they don't run the miles, if they don't eat right, nothing will change. You cannot pay someone to sweat for you. The work is yours to do. This applies to every aspect of life. If you want to gain knowledge, you must read the books. If you want to build a business, you must take action. If you want financial independence, you must make smart decisions. No matter how many experts you surround yourself with, you must put in the effort. Personal growth, a non-transferable responsibility. One of the biggest traps people fall into is believing that simply being around successful, disciplined, and hardworking people will make them successful by default. They assume that proximity to greatness will somehow rub off on them. But being surrounded by fit people won't make you fit. Attending a seminar on financial success won't make you rich unless you apply the lessons. Reading books on discipline won't make you disciplined unless you implement the principles. This is why so many people consume motivation endlessly but never change their lives. They listen to speeches, watch videos, and read books, but they fail to take action. They mistake inspiration for transformation. Growth doesn't come from watching others succeed. It comes from doing the work yourself. No one can meditate for you, no one can build your confidence for you, and no one can instill discipline in you but you. Health and fitness, the most obvious example, perhaps the most visible and undeniable proof of this truth, is in health and fitness. There are no shortcuts. No matter how much money you have, no matter how many trainers or dietitians you hire, you must put in the effort. You cannot pay someone to run on the treadmill for you and expect to lose weight. You cannot hire a chef to eat healthy on your behalf and expect your body to transform. If you want to get stronger, healthier, or leaner, you must do the work. The sweat must come from your body. The resistance must be felt by your muscles. The discipline must be practiced by you. This is why so many people struggle with fitness. They think buying expensive workout gear will change them. They think signing up for a gym membership is enough. But unless they show up and do the push-ups, nothing changes. Any field requires personal effort. The same principle applies to every other area of life. In business, you cannot hire someone to develop your work ethic. If you want to succeed, you must grind, make decisions, face failures, and learn from them. In education, you cannot pay someone to study for you and expect to gain wisdom. If you want knowledge, you must put in the effort to read, learn, and grow. In relationships, you cannot send someone to love, respect, and nurture your relationships for you. If you want deep connections, you must put in the time and energy. In mental strength, you cannot pay someone to develop your resilience. Challenges must be faced, struggles must be endured, and you must become stronger through experience. The pain of avoiding the work. Many people seek shortcuts. They hope for magic solutions. They buy expensive programs, hoping they will somehow transform them without effort. But there is no shortcut to greatness. Avoiding the work only prolongs the struggle. Imagine two people wanting to get fit. One embraces the work, eating healthy, exercising daily, and staying disciplined. The other keeps looking for an easier way, buying new workout gadgets, trying new diets, and waiting for motivation. A year later, one is strong and fit, while the other is still searching for a shortcut. Discipline is painful in the short term, but regret is painful in the long term. The pain of effort lasts minutes or hours, but the pain of never trying lasts a lifetime. The ownership over your life. The most successful people in the world share one trait. They take full ownership of their results. They do not blame others, they do not wait for motivation, and they do not delegate their responsibility. They know that if they want to improve, they must do the work. This mindset separates winners from wishers. Winners embrace the fact that their future is in their hands. Wishers keep hoping someone else will do the work for them. No one can give you the benefits of effort you didn't put in. Think about this. You wouldn't expect to gain muscle by watching someone else lift weights. You wouldn't expect to become fluent in a language by paying someone else to practice it for you. Life operates under the same principle. You cannot borrow someone else's hard work, discipline, or habits. You must earn your own rewards. Every push-up you do makes you stronger. Every book you read makes you wiser. Every sacrifice you make builds your character. There is no escaping it. If you want results, you must do the work yourself. Success is often thought of as something complicated, something that requires massive effort, big breakthroughs, or a stroke of luck. But in reality, success, whether in health, wealth, relationships, or personal growth, comes down to small, simple actions repeated consistently over time. These actions are not difficult. In fact, most of them are easy to do. The problem? They are also easy not to do. This is what separates those who achieve great things from those who remain stuck. It's not intelligence, talent, or luck. It's the ability to consistently do the small, seemingly insignificant things that move them forward. Think about it. Reading 10 pages of a book every day is easy. It doesn't take much effort. It doesn't require any special skills. But it's also easy to skip it. Skipping one day doesn't seem like a big deal, so people think, I'll do it tomorrow. Then tomorrow becomes next week, and next week becomes next year, and before they know it, nothing has changed. The same applies to eating healthy, exercising, saving money, waking up early, or improving a skill. These are all easy habits. But because they're easy to do, people assume they're also easy to ignore. And that's where the trap is. The power of small actions. Imagine two people who start at the same place in life. One decides to make small positive choices daily. He exercises for 20 minutes, eats a little healthier, reads a few pages of a book, and invests a small portion of his income. None of these actions bring instant results, but over time they compound. A year later, he is healthier, wiser, and financially more stable. A second person, however, ignores these small choices. He skips exercise because it's only one day. He eats junk food because one meal won't make a difference. He doesn't read because it's just a few pages. He spends his money carelessly because it's just a small purchase. These small actions also compound, but in the opposite direction. A year later, he is unhealthier, less knowledgeable, and struggling financially. Either person made a drastic decision. Neither faced a huge turning point. The results came from small daily choices, choices that were easy to do, but also easy not to do. The hidden danger of inaction. Most people think failure is the result of a big mistake or a single bad decision. But more often, failure is the result of many small, seemingly insignificant choices that add up over time. It's not skipping the gym once that ruins your health. It's skipping it repeatedly. It's not one unhealthy meal that causes problems. It's the habit of poor eating. It's not spending $5 on coffee that leads to financial trouble. It's doing it every day without thinking. Because these actions don't bring immediate consequences, people assume they don't matter. But just like small positive actions compound, small negative actions do too. The danger is that the effects of inaction are silent. They creep up slowly, unnoticed, until one day the damage is done. Illusion of time. One of the biggest reasons people fall into this trap is that they think they have plenty of time. They tell themselves they'll start later, that skipping today doesn't matter, that they'll get serious next week or next month. But time doesn't wait. Every day that passes is a day you could have invested in your growth. Success doesn't happen in a single moment. It's the accumulation of what you do every day. The problem is the same is true for failure. Every time you ignore a small positive action, you are moving further from your goals, even if you don't see it right away. Imagine someone who wants to get in shape. He has two choices every morning: wake up and exercise, or hit snooze and stay in bed. Both options are easy. One leads to progress, the other leads to regret. The first day, skipping the workout makes no visible difference, but over time, the habit of inaction builds, and the gap between where he is and where he wants to be grows wider. The reality is, life rewards action and punishes inaction. But the effects are delayed. This is why people don't notice the damage until it's too late, the slight edge principle. There's a concept called the slight edge, which states that the difference between success and failure is found in the small daily choices we make. Every small choice pushes you either slightly forward or slightly backward. Reading 10 pages of a book won't make you a genius overnight, but over time, it will make you far more knowledgeable than someone who doesn't read. Exercising for 20 minutes won't give you instant results, but over time, it will transform your body and energy levels. Saving $5 a day won't make you rich tomorrow, but over time, it will build financial security. The problem is, because these actions seem so small, most people don't take them seriously. They think it's no big deal. But success is never the result of one big event. It's the sum of all the small choices made daily. Why? People avoid the easy things. If success is based on simple actions, why do so many people fail to do them? They don't see immediate results. When you work out once, you don't instantly get fit. When you eat healthy for a day, you don't suddenly feel different, because the results are not immediate. People underestimate the importance of small daily habits. They prioritize comfort over progress. Doing the easy things requires effort. It's easier to sit on the couch than to exercise. It's easier to watch TV than to read. It's easier to spend money now than to save it. People choose short-term comfort over long-term success. They don't realize the cost of inaction. People think that avoiding small positive actions has no consequence. But over time, inaction leads to stagnation or decline. Just as success compounds, so does failure. They wait for motivation. People believe they need to feel motivated to take action. But motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. Successful people take action whether they feel like it or not. They underestimate how fast time passes. A year seems like a long time, but it passes quickly. People put things off, thinking they have time, only to realize later that they've wasted opportunities. The secret to long-term success. The key to success is not in doing hard things. It's in doing simple things consistently. Drinking more water every day is easy. Writing down your goals every morning is easy. Spending 15 minutes learning something new every day is easy. But because these actions are also easy not to do, most people ignore them. They look for complex solutions, thinking success must be difficult. But true success is built on simple disciplines practiced daily. Life is full of challenges, obstacles, and difficulties. No matter who you are, where you come from, or what your goals are, you will face struggles. Some people respond to these struggles by wishing the path was easier. They hope for fewer problems, lighter burdens, and smoother roads. They wish for life to change instead of changing themselves. But wishing for an easier life is a waste of time. The real key to success is not in hoping for fewer challenges, but in becoming the kind of person who can overcome them. The problem with wishing for an easier life, when people face difficulties, they often fall into the trap of complaining. They say things like, "If only I had more money, my problems would be solved. If only my job were less stressful, I'd be happy. If only I had more free time, I could work on my goals. If only life were easier, I could succeed." The problem with this kind of thinking is that it shifts responsibility away from you. It makes success seem like something that depends on external circumstances rather than on your own growth and effort. But here's the truth. Life is never going to get easier. The world isn't going to stop throwing challenges your way. The economy won't suddenly become perfect. Your job won't suddenly become stress-free. There will always be competition, struggles, and difficulties. Wishing for an easier life doesn't change anything. What does change things is becoming better. Instead of hoping that obstacles disappear, you should focus on developing the strength, skills, and mindset to handle them. The more capable you become, the less intimidating life's challenges will seem. The power of personal growth. Imagine two people facing the same problem. Let's say they both lose their jobs. The first person complains, blames the economy, and wishes life were easier. He spends months waiting for the perfect opportunity, feeling frustrated and making excuses. The second person, however, takes responsibility. He doesn't waste time wishing the situation were different. Instead, he improves himself. He learns new skills, expands his network, and applies for jobs aggressively. A few months later, the first person is still stuck, still wishing things would change. The second person, on the other hand, has found a new job, maybe even a better one than before. The difference wasn't in external circumstances. It wasn't that one person was luckier than the other. The difference was in how they responded. This is the key lesson. Don't wish for things to be easier. Focus on becoming better. When you improve yourself, you stop seeing challenges as problems and start seeing them as opportunities to grow. Why strength matters more than comfort. Many people make the mistake of chasing comfort instead of strength. They think that happiness comes from eliminating difficulties. But in reality, happiness and fulfillment come from overcoming difficulties, not avoiding them. Think about some of the greatest achievements in history. The people who changed the world didn't do so by wishing life were easier. They did it by rising to the challenge, developing their skills and becoming better. Competitions, they train harder to become the best. Successful entrepreneurs, they train harder to become the best. Successful entrepreneurs don't wish for fewer challenges. They find solutions and innovate. Strong leaders don't hope for fewer problems. They develop the wisdom and resilience to handle them. The best things in life are earned, not given. And the only way to earn them is by becoming the kind of person who deserves them. Excuses versus action. One of the biggest traps people fall into is making excuses. They tell themselves they can't succeed because of external reasons. I wasn't born into a wealthy family. I don't have enough time. I'm not naturally talented. I have too many responsibilities. But successful people don't make excuses. They don't wait for the perfect conditions. They take action no matter how difficult things seem. They understand that success is not about circumstances. It's about who you become. For example, imagine a young musician who dreams of becoming great. If he spends all his time complaining that he doesn't have the best guitar, the best teachers, or the perfect practice space, he will never improve. But if he focuses on becoming better, practicing every day, learning from every mistake, pushing himself beyond his limits, he will succeed no matter what. The same applies to everything in life. Instead of looking for reasons why you can't do something, start looking for ways to improve yourself so you can. How to become better instead of wishing for easier. If you want to stop wishing for an easier life and start becoming better, here are a few key steps to follow. 1. Take full responsibility. Stop blaming circumstances, other people, or bad luck. Take full responsibility for your life. Understand that if you want better results, you must become better. 0.2. Develop new skills. If something is difficult for you, it's a sign that you need to grow. Instead of avoiding challenges, seek out opportunities to learn and improve. Read books, take courses, practice daily, do whatever it takes to become more skilled. 0.3. Strengthen your mindset. Success is as much about mindset as it is about skill. Train your mind to see challenges as opportunities. Develop discipline, resilience, and a strong work ethic. 0.4 DM. Embrace discomfort. Growth happens outside your comfort zone. If you only do what's easy, you'll never get better. Seek out difficult tasks, push your limits, and embrace the struggle. This is a 0.5 dot. Surround yourself with growth-minded people. The people you spend time with influence your mindset. Surround yourself with people who push you to grow, who challenge you, and who inspire you to be better. 0.5 dot. Measure progress, not perfection. Improvement doesn't happen overnight. Focus on getting a little better every day. Track your progress and celebrate small wins. 0.7. Stay persistent. There will be setbacks. There will be failures. But those who keep going, who keep improving, who refuse to give up, those are the ones who succeed. The choice is yours. At the end of the day, you have two choices. You can either wish life were easier, spending your days complaining, blaming, and hoping for things to change on their own. Work on becoming better, developing your skills, strengthening your mindset, and rising to meet the challenges head on. The first choice leads to frustration, stagnation, and regret. The second choice leads to growth, success, and fulfillment. And the best part? The power is in your hands.